They say Earth has no secrets left, that satellites have mapped it all. But they've never stood before a rock that breathes, bends, or floats against gravity. What you're about to see doesn't just challenge science. It challenges your sense of reality itself. In the heart of Utah's desert, Bryce Canyon rises like a silent army of stone. The sandstone columns, known as hoodoos, stand as guardians of an age when the Earth was still learning how to breathe. Under the sun, these incredible rock formations change color as if they were alive. Red turns to orange. Orange fades into gold. Every sunrise here is a lesson in patience and transformation. Wind and rain, working together for millions of years, have sculpted one of the Earth's geological masterpieces, a landscape so mesmerizing it feels almost sacred. Walking through its trails is like exploring an open-air gallery, where every curve hides another secret of nature. It's in places like this that humans realize how mysterious the world still is. As the desert wakes in color, the mind awakens with it, full of questions about what else the Earth is capable of creating. But there are breathtaking places on Earth that don't just change color, they seem to breathe. In the icy waters of Patagonia lie the Marble Caves, one of the most hypnotic natural wonders of the world ever shaped by nature. Here, the ice that dominates southern Chile contrasts with the warmth of the colors that dance across the inner walls. Light filters through turquoise water and paints the stone in shades that shift every second. Inside the caves, sound disappears. All that remains is the soft echo of water, reflecting off walls that seem to melt light itself. Every curve polished by time bears the Earth's signature, a reminder that patience and beauty walk hand in hand. As the waves caress the rock, it becomes clear that these Earth's geological masterpieces are paintings in motion. And if time can paint, this is where it learned to hold a brush. But what if the water that creates living art here also hides entire worlds beneath its surface? In Pamukal, the Earth seems to have forgotten the rules. Hot springs flow down a white mountainside, forming terraces so perfect they look sculpted by hand. The limestone, shaped by centuries of constant flow, has created one of the most incredible rock formations on the planet, a scene that blends art, science, and miracle. Under the Anatolian sun, the pools mirror the sky and turn it into liquid. With each step, the traveler feels the warmth of the water and the lightness of vapor rising, as if the ground itself were breathing light. Pamukal is more than beauty, it's motion. The union of water and rock creates a rhythm that feels like breathing, a silent dance between strength and fragility. But while water creates beauty here, in other places, it hides entire worlds beneath our feet. There are places where silence weighs more than sound. Deep in New Mexico, the Carlsbad Caverns stretch like underground cathedrals carved by the patience of time. Every drop of water that falls there carries a fragment of the Earth's story. Down below, the air is cold and damp, and footsteps echo as if the walls themselves remember them. Formations hang from the ceiling like petrified candles, and the ground seems to breathe along with the visitor. It's in this emptiness that the power of the invisible reveals itself. These incredible rock formations hide beauty in the dark, proving that not everything that amazes needs light. Yet not every mystery lives in the shadows. Some hide in plain sight, waiting to be found. In Cappadocia, the Earth seems to play with contrasts. Beneath the ground, entire cities were carved into stone. Above, the sky fills with balloons drifting over golden valleys. It's one of the natural wonders of the world, where past and present coexist in perfect harmony. The caves, shaped by extinct volcanoes, still hold the warmth of history. Here, humans tamed fire and learned to live within stone, turning chaos into home. Few places connect the visible and the invisible so perfectly. Cappadocia proves that humans don't just observe the Earth's geological masterpieces, they inhabit them. But now it's time to rise to the surface, because the next rock defies wind, light, and even gravity. In the Arizona desert, there's a rock that looks like it was designed in 3D software, yet it's completely real. The wave folds like liquid fabric, one of the most incredible rock formations ever sculpted by the wind. Access is so restricted that few people ever get the privilege to see this surreal landscape up close. Only a handful of visitors each day walk across this living painting, helping preserve one of the most delicate Earth's natural wonders on the planet. The wave defies logic, plays with gravity, and proves that our planet still keeps secrets no algorithm could ever recreate. But there is one natural sculpture that goes even further, and it lives on the frozen northern coast. On Iceland's cold shores stands a rock that seems to have emerged from an ancient legend. Eyjafjallajökull is one of the most mysterious, incredible rock formations in the north, its shape resembling a dragon drinking from the sea. The wind slices like a blade, the ocean roars like a beast, and the sound echoes through the stone's hollows as if it were still breathing. Around it, bird colonies turn the colossus into a living refuge, transforming it into a small ecosystem rising from the ice. Locals say Eyjafjallajökull is the guardian of the coast, a symbol of Iceland's strength and solitude. But in some places, legends stopped being stories and became stone. In the heart of the Australian desert, Uluru rises like a monolith that breathes. At dawn, the red rock ignites like fire, turning to gold as the sun reaches its peak, a spectacle that makes this one of the most revered Earth's natural wonders. For the Anangu people, Uluru is alive. Every crack, every shadow carries the presence of an ancestral spirit. It's more than an incredible rock formation. It's a bridge between the earthly and the sacred. When the day ends, the red fades back into darkness, as if the rock were exhaling again. But while this stone is worshipped, others are feared, where nature tells stories that time itself refused to erase. Legend says a giant named Finn built a bridge to Scotland to face his rival. Along the way, time turned his footsteps to stone, and thus the Giant's Causeway was born, one of the most fascinating Earth's geological masterpieces on the planet. Science tells another story. 60 million years ago, cooling magma fractured into perfect hexagonal columns. Even knowing that, it's hard to look at this landscape without feeling there's something otherworldly about it. It's a reminder that nature doesn't need myths to be magical. Sometimes, the planet itself is the miracle. But not every story told by nature is about gods. Some are about the sea and the strange eggs it left behind on the shore. On the beaches of New Zealand, the ocean guards a secret. Scattered across the sand lie the Meraki boulders, giant spheres that look like eggs left behind by mythical creatures. When the tide rises, they vanish. When it recedes, they reappear, glistening under the sun. Their golden cracks and wet sheen make it feel as though they're alive, a reminder that even stones have their cycles. The Meraki boulders prove that the ocean, too, has the patience of a sculptor. But what if the Earth also hid entire forests, made of stone? In Madagascar, there's a labyrinth where the ground looks like it's made of blades. The Zhangjiajie de Mármol is one of the most incredible rock formations on the planet. A sea of limestone needles rising like a forest of stone. Here, the ground is impossible to walk on barefoot. Lemurs leap between the sharp rocks like tightrope dancers, and plants grow in cracks as if defying logic itself. Flying over Zhangjiajie feels like watching the planet trying to reinvent itself. But what if mountains could also float, challenging not only mankind, but gravity itself? In Zhangjiajie, mist blankets mountains that seem to hover in the air. Stone pillars rise like the columns of a celestial temple, inspiring the world of Avatar. Glass bridges connect the cliffs, offering a view that blends fear and fascination. It's like walking through a dream, a landscape that seems to defy the laws of physics and prove that the Earth has its own fantasies too. Zhangjiajie redefines the word reality, and when sunlight touches the rocks, the whole world turns golden. But what if there were a valley where the Earth decided to tell its stories, not through words, but through color and memory? In the heart of the Arizona desert, the horizon turns into a stage. The red towers of Monument Valley rise like sentinels, silently guarding centuries of history. For the Navajo people, these formations are not just stones, but ancestral spirits. When the sun rises, the red comes alive. When it sets, gold spreads across everything in peaceful silence. Hollywood immortalized it as nature's movie set, but nature was always the true director here. The wind writes, time edits, and the sand never forgets. After crossing deserts, caves, and mountains, one truth becomes clear. The greatest artist on Earth has always been time. Each of these incredible rock formations was born from a dance between wind, water, and patience. These places share a silent secret. Nothing was made to impress. Everything was made to endure. The Earth's natural wonders don't need haste, applause, or purpose. They simply exist, and that's art enough. The Earth breathes slowly, but it never stops creating. Because in the end, we're only visitors in a studio that never closes. And when the wind blows, it's the planet signing its next masterpiece. The more we uncover, the more Earth proves it's still full of surprises. These landscapes weren't designed for us to understand. They exist to remind us how small we are in front of nature's patience. If you want to keep discovering the hidden side of our planet, subscribe now and turn on the notifications. The next story will change the way you see Earth forever.